Hello everyone, this is the second grade week 8 multiplication table solution video. Problem 1. A, B, and C are three positive integers. If A equals to 5 B's added together and B equals to 3 C's added together, then put the right number in A equals to C times a number. So we can just shorten B as 3C, 3 times C, since 3 C's added together is just 3 times C, and A can be shortened to 5B. And we know that B equals to 3 C's essentially, so multiply 5 by 3 C's, that is just 15C. So A equals to 15 times C, or in other words, A equals to C times 15. So the answer is 15. Problem 2. Put 10 numbers 0, 1, 2, 9 into the following blank so that something times something equals to 15, something times something equals to 12, and so on. So for the first one, something times something equals to 15. Well, there's only one way basically, and that is 3 times 5. And then the second one, there are two choices, either 2 times 6 or 3 times 4. But 3 is already used up, so therefore it can only be 2 and 6. And then the next one, something times something equals to 8. Well, again, it can be two solutions, either 8 times 1 or 2 times 4, but 2 is already used up, so it's 1 times 8. And then the next one, there's also a lot of solutions, but the only one that is possible is 9 times 4. And then the last one is just 0 times 7 because we use up the remaining numbers. So that is how you do problem 2. Problem 3. Henry has 2 quarters, 5 dimes, 9 nickels, and a number of pennies. If the total value is $1.50, how many pennies does Henry have? So let's make a graph here. So for the quarters, if he has 2 quarters and 25 cents each times 2, that is just 50 cents. And then for the dimes, dimes are 10 cents each, and he has 5 of them, so that is 50 cents again. And finally, 9 nickels. Each nickel is 5 cents times 9, that is 45 cents. Add these all together, it comes out to a total of $1.45. But if the total value is $1.50, he is missing 5 cents. And since each penny is 1 cent, we just get he has 5 pennies. Problem 4. 3 children went home from a party with 4 balloons each, and 4 children went home with 3 balloons each. How many balloons is that altogether? So the first group of kids, 3 children, each went home from a party with 4 balloons each. So if there are 3 children, one line each represents one person with 4 balloons each. So in green, 4, 4, and 4. 3 times 4, since there are 3 people, that gives us 12 balloons. And then the next one is 4 children went home with 3 balloons each. So be careful, we need to draw 4 lines since that is 4 children with 3 balloons each. So again, in blue this time, let's draw 3, 3, 3, 3, since each of these 4 people came home with 3 balloons. And again, that is just 3 times 4, again, 12 balloons. So in total, let's just draw 12 plus 12 is 24. So in total, 24 balloons were given out. Problem 5. 6 friends had dinner together at a restaurant and planned to share the bill. Each of them needed to pay $6. However, 2 of them found out that they forgot to bring the money, so the remaining 4 decided to pay for them. How much did each of the 4 friends need to pay? So let's draw a circle. 6 friends. And each piece of this circle represents one friend. So on the outside, let's draw the total that they needed to pay, which was $6, which means that the total meal was supposed to be $36. But 2 of them forgot to bring the money, so we shade in the 2 that cannot pay since they don't have the money, and that is $12 needed to pay from the rest of them. So of course, the rest of them got their money, so it's just 36 minus 24. Since 6 times the 4 rest of them who did bring money, that just leaves them with $12 that they need to split. So $12 divided by the 4 people that did bring money, that is just $3 extra that they need to pay. So if each of them originally needed to pay $6 plus the $3 needed to pay since the two didn't bring their wallet, that is just $9 total. And let me highlight this in red. Problem 6. There once was a dog who had 2 fleas, and on each flea there were 3 hairs, and on each hair there were 4 mites. How many mites were on the dog? So the dog had 2 fleas. So let me say flea 1 and flea 2. And then on each flea there were 3 hairs. So 3 hairs and 3 hairs. And on each hair there were 4 mites. So if there were 3 hairs, then on each hair there were 4 mites. So 1 branch, 2 branch, 3 branches, 1 for each hair. And each hair had 4 mites, so 4 mites, 4 mites, 4 mites. And the same goes for the flea 2, 4 mites, 4 mites, 4 mites. So these 6 fours added all together, that is just 6 times 4, which the total is 24 mites. So in total, 24 mites were on this dog. Problem 7. On a school trip, we took 6 tents for 18 students. Each tent sleeps either 2 or 4 students. How many of the tents were for 2 students? For this problem, we can do guess and check and brute force. And you can just play around with the numbers and see which pair fits 6 tents for 18 students. Eventually, you should get 3 tents in which each of them can hold 2 students. Then we see here, it is 3 tents times 2 students each, 6 students in the 3 tents for 2 students each, and 3 tents in which each can hold 4 students. And the equation here is 3 times 4 equals to 12. Then we see here on the right that 6 plus 12 students is 18 students. And on the left, we have 3 plus 3, 6 tenths, and it perfectly matches. So how many of the tenths were for 2 students? 3 tenths. Katrin built a path around each square using tiles like the one shown. And the tile shown is a 2x1 rectangle. Okay. And then we see in the first picture, it consists of 4 rectangles. The second picture, it consists of 8 triangles. So what must the next one be? As we can see, the length or height can either be 2 or 1, and the length can either be 2 or 1. But we know that if a rectangle is standing vertically, then the height must be 2 and the length must be 1. For example, let me draw on the left side. If it's standing up, then the height must be 2 and length must be 1. Whereas if it's laying down, the length must be 2 and the height must be 1. Let's see the first one. We know that the length is 1, so we draw 1 on both sides, 1 on both sides. And then, since there's 1 on both sides, and we know that the height between the bottom bar is 1, so we know that we need to stretch out for another 1 on the right side. Or left side, it doesn't really matter, but let's just do the right side. So the length is now 2, and the height is still 1. So this is 1 valid rectangle. And then since this leaves us with 4, because 5 in the middle, that's the length, minus the 1 that we subtracted from the rectangle on the right, this leaves us with 4. And 4, as you can see, can be divided into 2. It can be made of 2 rectangles with length 2. So we just make those 2 as well. And then for the last one, it needs to be standing up because we don't have more space. So standing up, that's side length 2, length 1. And then let me just draw in the next bars as well. So this one goes here. And this one goes here. Then this one goes here. 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 And this one goes here. And as you can see, this all matches because, for example, let's go onto the top side. This length is 2, this length is 2, and this length is 1. So it matches up perfectly with the length 5 that we got. In total, let's count up how many rectangles there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So in total, there are 12 squares or rectangles that she used in the square. And that's it.